Hello people, Jugglet here, and in this video I'm doing a Q&A for 20,000 subscribers. So first off, thanks everyone for the support and subscribing, liking, comment, everything else like that. And we're just going to go straight into the questions. There's quite a few to go through, so I've got them all on my phone, and we'll start with, what was your motivation for YouTube and what are my channel ideas moving forward? My motivation for YouTube? I can say who motivated me. I'd probably say people like Starver. They're like inspiring kind of thing. And moving forward, I'd like to do more collabs. I've done one with Puffalope. I would like to do more of those because they're really fun. And I'd also like to do more variety content because at the moment I'm just doing DVD. Killer DVD. I'd like to do more Survivor stuff, but I don't think the algorithm would like it as much. I'd also like to do other games, maybe like Outlast or just playthroughs, Resident Evil, that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I might have to make a second channel for that kind of stuff, but that's a good question. Question number 2, why is Oni my main? I think there's a few questions with that, so this might cover a few, but I might have answered this before on stream, but I just think he's the coolest character in the game, and he's just like the Chad of DVD. That's like my main go-to answer for that, and his power's really fun. A game can never feel like it's over, and yeah, I just think the kill's really cool. Number 3, have I ever gotten frustrated during a match but had to keep my cool because I was making a video? Yes. If you're ever watching a video of mine and I go, there's like, I don't know, a brief moment of quietness, that means I'm very locked in and getting frustrated. I've also had games where I've rage quit before. I'm never rude to people in the end game chat, but I was actually recently in a game for, it's going to be an upcoming Doctor video. I think it's going to go live on Sunday. And while I was filming it, I went against a guy called, I think he's called Cap Jam. I think he's quite famous on Twitch. Mate, oh my god, their team was so bloody good, and I just left the game. I couldn't be bothered, so that footage got scrapped. It was just, I couldn't get to the gens, they were just leaving, pre-leaving, whatever. It was just infuriating, and I just left. Again, I'm never rude in the endgame chat, I just usually say GG well played, good luck next, and just leave. So yes, I do get frustrated whilst making videos, and yes, you'll catch me getting frustrated live on Twitch as well, because it does happen. When survivors don't leave, that's what annoys me. When they just leave. Even when they've won, that's annoying. It's like they must make you watch. Okay, number 4, what do I do besides YouTube? Hobbies or job? Because I do have an actual job. I work, I think there's another question for that, we'll get to that in a bit. Hobbies wise, I like going to the gym, I like bouldering. I'm also interested in like football, I like watching it sometimes. Manchester United fan, yippee. Oh, I also like cooking and baking. Yeah, there's some other things. What types of matches are my favourite? Ooh, that is that's a tricky one because I like a variety. I don't mind sweating, but I don't like sweating every game. I don't mind stomping people, but I don't want to stomp everyone every game because it's just boring. So I'd probably say my favourite games are the ones where especially as Oni, if I get my power at some point, I manage to get like, turn a game around in like a 4K slug. They feel amazing. They feel really good. Who would I main if Oni didn't exist? And I think you put something like, you think I'd main Chucky? I hate playing Chucky. I hate playing that killer. 110 killers I hate playing as. But I can see why you'd say that. Unknown, Pyramid Head, possibly Vecna with his current release because I do really enjoy him. I think he's a really cool killer. I'm not that good with him yet, but I'd probably say Unknown right now is how I'm feeling. But I guess if you're talking about past killers, if Oni didn't exist, I probably would have learned how to play either Blight or Hillbilly. And that's without current Hillbilly, I mean old Hillbilly when he wasn't as good. Have I ever been interested in scrimming to test myself against good teams? Yeah, for sure. I would get absolutely stomped by comp teams. I have no problem admitting that, but I'd love to hone in on my M1 skills. I think I'm pretty confident in my power. as Oni. Would I actually do scrims? I don't know. I'd like to probably do the 1v1 ladder, you know, just to learn how to M1 better, because I think that's like the key to the Oni. Do I want to be a comp player? Not really. I don't have the time, man. Like, I think you have to dedicate a lot of time to be a comp player. That they are next level. They would. I've played against plenty of comp players and ex-comp players before, and you can tell like their movement and their check spots are so bloody good. That's a good question anyway. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in doing something like that. I'd love to go against a comp team. I don't even care if I get destroyed. It is what it is. Best hangover meal. I don't really drink, like at all. But obviously I have drunk, but I don't drink much anymore anyway. Probably pizza or a full English. You know, if you're abroad on holiday and you go out with the lads, full English is probably, yeah, proper decent fried eggs. Yeah, I like eggs. Favorite food? Okay, more food stuff. Favorite food, and would only eat it as well. My favorite food is, it's really basic actually. It's pizza, but it's a specific type of pizza. It's sourdough pizza. Would only eat it? Probably not. Probably not. You probably, I don't know what you'd eat. And also I love chocolate, so pizza and chocolate. Don't think anyone would eat that. Would he eat chocolate? I don't know why, I just feel like he'd eat like more badass food, like really hot food. Favourite Oni skin is definitely the Artist from the Fog one with the candles on top. That one is really cool. The artist for that did such a cool job of it. My favourite, I'll give you a second one for that. My favourite actual skin at the moment is the current Doctor Archive one. That one is the one with the big cigar. So cool. If I could give Oni an additional thing to his power, what would it be? I don't think he needs much changing, but I do believe they should either make it so he gets his power baseline, so without actually hitting anyone, a bit quicker. So say 6 minutes instead of, I think it's 8 minutes. Just shave a minute or two off it, because you do have those games where you've had those games if you play Oni where you cannot get your power, and I don't think making it take a couple of minutes less just on its own would make any difference. So that, or make either not the splintered hull, maybe the lower version of it, base gear, just to get your power a little bit quicker. It doesn't have to be like crazy quick, but I feel like if you're playing Oni against good players, you need to be running something that gets your blood a little bit quicker. My opinion on the gap between console and PC, I truly don't believe there is in Survivors. I think Survivors on console are equally as good, especially as long as they rebind one of the buttons which drops pallets, because that can be a nightmare. Killers, there's a big gap for lots of killers, including Oni. As a lot of people know, you can't 180 on the console, so there's that. And I'd probably say all killers, it's probably a lot. I couldn't imagine playing Huntress on controller. I think that'd be really difficult. How long did it take me to learn how to 180? I don't know. I don't know the answer to the question. I tell you, I'll give you a tip. Go into a lobby with all bots, put them all with no mither, and just practice. That's all I can say. Is I don't think it takes long to learn how to 180. I think it takes a while to learn how to 180 efficiently in a game. If you can just about do a 180, you'll know what I mean if you're just in that stage and you're going into games and you want to flick on people, but you don't know if you're going to miss or not, and that's like a confidence thing, I think. When I watch people play Oni and you see them not going for certain flicks where you think, oh, I could have done that, I know what that feeling feels like, so yeah, I get that. But in terms of time, I have no idea. I don't know. Did everyone stop trying? No, not really. No. If I know someone else can do it, and there's loads of guides out there, loads of good Oni mains have done like guides on it, and you know it's possible, why would you stop? When did I decide to main Oni, and also does it clap? What? That's thrown me off a little bit. I've got all the questions here and they're kind of like all over the place. When did I decide to main Oni? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Does it clap? Yeah, of course it does. If I had a blank check to write a new Oni Iri add-ons, what would they be? Ooh, yes, I love this question. I've had this question a few times on stream and I will answer it now because I'm so like passionate about reworking add-ons what are garbage. And I think Oni's Iri add-ons aren't garbage, but not really fun. So I'd make one of them so that any downed pallets within 24 meters of you, once you activate your power, break. So it's like a raw, like shatters them. Something like that. That'd be really cool. So you can, in your head you can leave pallets down and then you can just raw to break them within a certain radius. What else would be good for iridescent? Maybe make it so that when you go through a pallet in your power, it's like low pro, you continue going through. So it's like you're like a juggernaut. And that removes, say, 3 seconds of your power, but you continue going. You know, that'd be kind of cool. What's my favourite thing to do outside of YouTube content? At the moment, I've not done it in a few months, but I enjoy bouldering, where it's like you go indoor climbing and climb on walls and stuff. I love to go to the gym. And food. I like food. What else I live a quite boring life. What inspired me to main Oni in the first place? His visuals and his skins. Before anything else. I had no idea what his power was at the time, but I don't think I even looked into him properly. I mean, I'd played DBD before Oni came out, but I don't know why I just picked him up and was like, this guy's cool. Like, he just looks awesome, so yeah. Games like Overwatch, I mained Doomfist because I thought he looked cool as fuck. I was crap with him at first as well, and then I just learned. What is currently a hobby you found yourself enjoying more than you ever thought you would? That's a pretty good question, actually. I can now bake bread. Is that a hobby? I don't know. I enjoy doing that though. Bouldering as well. I actually enjoyed that, and I'm not the best at it, but if you're into bouldering at all, I'm currently graded, I'd say, around V4 climbs. I have done one V5, but it was catered to me, which was like, you can use your upper body a lot more, which I'm quite strong with, so that. I'd probably say, yeah, baking and bouldering. I enjoy both. What advice would you give to 2010 version of yourself? Wow, this is getting deep. Holy shit, some of these questions are really deep. Some of them are weird. 2010 me. God, what? How old would it be then? 2010 me, what fucking hell, this is a hard question. I've always wanted to get into acting, so that would be it. I'd probably pursue that more. As an Oni enjoyer on console, is it worth trying to improve even if I'm stuck on a controller? Of course it is. You're enjoying it. You just said in your question, you've said you're an Oni enjoyer. If you're enjoying playing it, who cares? Yeah, okay, you can't 180, but who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. If you enjoy it, do it. That's what I say. The Oni's still a good killer even without the 180s. A lot of them are style. There is certain tiles you cannot hit, obviously, or loops you cannot make if you are unable to 180, but he's still strong regardless. So, yeah, of course you should. What changes would I like to see in the game? For example, map offering, slugging, gen rush, etc. I think slugging's a necessary evil, and I think, obviously the only main's going to say that. The gen speeds are fine, I think. I think the perks are what the problem are. I think... what was the first? Map offerings. Remove map offerings. Someone said to me in Twitch chat that a map offering should make it so that you can't get that map. Not that you guarantee that map. And I think that's a really cool change. So if you throw in Area Crows, you can't get that. So I think that's cool. If I was taken into the fog as a survivor, what would my teachable perks be? Damn, that's a hard question. Need to do more shenanigans with gens like Blast Mine, but I don't know what. Maybe a Blast Mine, but once the killer kicks it, they are blind, but not actually blinded, so they can't see hooks for the next minute, something like that. Am I your dad? Come here, son. Yeah. No. All-time favourite non-Oni build? Non-Oni build? Oh, I love Stealth Bubbers, they are terrifying. Stealth Bubber is so scary. Other than that, I'd probably say Devour Ghostface, which is really basic. Volt Speed Spirit is actually kind of fun, and I've done a video on that recently, that's really fun. Change one kill anyway, who and what would you change? Okay, that's a bad way of reading it without sounding like a moron. Freddy. And I would change him so that he... I don't know how I'd do the whole thing, but it would be a lot more illusions and dream world things. There'd be like lots of jump scares with him. He'd be horrifying if I had like a month to work out some kind of cool Freddy rework. I would come up with something scary. without it being OP. I know I could do that. Freddy's such a cool killer. It could be so much better. Something to do with Freddy, or maybe Myers. But those two are icons. Like, they should be better. Do I have a backup or a job if YouTube doesn't work out? Yeah, this is just a hobby. Like, I generally just do this for fun. I have a job. This is the question someone asked earlier. So, I work as, I don't know what the best way of saying this would be. Someone who tests pipes and metals to see if they're like damaged. It's hard. It's a hard thing to explain. But at the moment, I currently work in the offshore wind sector. So I go onto turbines. So yeah, I test things basically to make sure they're not broken or going to break or have like cracks in them, things like that. So yeah, I already have it. Like, that's what I do anyway for a living. This is why I do YouTube, because it's easier than doing Twitch for me, because I can plan videos ahead of time, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm not on Twitch that often, because I actually have like not a full-time job. I work as a contractor, but it's still at the moment it's kind of full-time. Am I bald? Am I? No, I don't think so. I hope not. Probably not yet anyway. What different modes do you want to see in the game? 2v8, which is coming, has been something I've wanted since probably the first 2 years of the game being released. I would like to see a 1v1 mode really badly, because it would help me practice just basic kit killer, 1-1-5 against a survivor, perkless, start of the shack, go. Like, yeah, some kind of 1v1 mode would be amazing. And more objectives for both sides. Which survivor and killer is the cutest? I hate these kind of questions. I'm gonna say this really quick and then move on to the next one. Sable, Yui, Bubba. If I could bring a fifth perk, what would it be? A fifth? Like, I've not even got the other 4 perks, so I don't know how to answer this question. It'd be nice to have a game mode actually, which would have, say, 6 perks, because you could do so much more with the game. You could have 1 gen slowdown then and 5 niche ones. But the problem is with those kind of game modes, everyone would just bring 6 gen slowdown because people can't have fun. Just saying. But no, if I was to, what I'd do with that is I'd have a pentimento build, but it wouldn't have plaything. It'd have like Devour, Undying, Blood Favor, Pentimento, Retribution. Who's my DVD crush? I don't have one. What? Definitely don't have one. Sable. Would I rather make my life's mission to get biker gangs everywhere to adopt hats knitted by grandmothers as a standard uniform, or go 3 rounds with only no holds barred cage fight? What? What? Thoughts on pubs advertising homemade pies on the menu, but when it arrives it's essentially a bowl full of your filling and a loose bit of pastry sitting on top. Actually really annoys me. A pie should be a pie. A pie shouldn't be a deconstructed... Don't get me started on this kind of stuff. A pie shouldn't be a deconstructed pile of slop and then a piece of puff pastry next to it. That's not a pie anymore. And don't call it deconstructed pie, it's not fancy. No one thinks it's clever, so... What drove me to DBD initially? Horror. I love horror. That's basically it. And the fact that you can play as a killer. Games before that I played were like WoW. So this is completely different kettle of fish. It's the only game of its kind at the time. Obviously there's new copycat versions of it. Not copycat, but you know what I mean. There's newer versions of this game, but this one's never going to get killed. It's got too many licenses. There's too many people from all walks of life who are pulled together in one game, and it's so clever. So yeah. That's what the horror aspect. And now it's got sci-fi, it's getting even better. Wait for Predator. That'd be good. What are my top 5 videos that you're most proud of and why? This is from the guy who makes all my thumbnails, so I'll put his link in the description, so check him out. If you ever want to get into YouTube and you want to make thumbnails, use him. He's very good. And I've had many compliments about my thumbnails. I don't do them, he does. He's very good. Excellent work. And it's a great question. Anything with my dad in it. I've got a few videos with my dad in it, and I love doing those videos. They genuinely just make me smile. So the video with Aaron was really good because it made me feel like I was actually good at a game, which is nice. The Oni guide, I love that video, and I put a lot of work into that guide. So I'm not the fastest of editors. I'm not the best editor. Most of my videos are not edit as much as other people's, I'd say, but my intros I try and make a bit of fun, and then the actual gameplay is meant to be, I try and cherry pick the best games for what I'm trying to showcase. So yeah, I'm trying to think of it. The 1 hour of insane Oni speed build was kind of fun to do, because I got to basically spend 3 days just going full speed Oni. I had some horrible games, obviously, but it was fun. There was some good games there. What makes you rage outside of DBD? Mine's peeling boiled eggs. I'll give you a tip for that. If you crack the living shit out of the eggs all the way around, and then make sure you pick under the skin, it should all come out in one perfect ravel. So that shouldn't annoy you anymore. At the gym, when people don't put the weights away, that really fucking boils my piss. Other than that, people who are indecisive when they're in front of you in a queue or something like that really winds me up. What's my real name and age?